Walking around the wildlife area today. Just gonna run around and see what kind of plants we see today. I'll be back with you if I find something interesting. Out here at one of the little ponds. Fish are working. Should go get the fishing pole. Alright, back when I find something interesting. Alright, I've got a good one for y'all. This is Eupatorium perfoliatum, or Boneset. Likes to grow in moist areas. I'm right at the edge of a pond here. You see the water is right there. So this is one of those plants that likes to have its feet wet. The blooms are going to be white on this plant. There's nothing really special to distinguish the blooms. What you're probably going to want to look for on this thing is, number one, the growing area, like right at the edge of this pond here. And if you'll notice the leaves, this is actually two leaves, but they're joined at the base right here. They grow together. So it looks like the stem of the plant actually perforates the leaves. And you will notice it normally branches up at the top of the plant, and it branches right out of leaf. This is a really good one to know. This is actually used as a fever breaker because it induces sweating. It's also been used to treat flu, used extensively back in the big flu outbreaks in the 18th century. You'll actually make a tea out of the leaves on these. Its outstanding feature is those leaves that grow around the stalk of the plant. So this is a great one to know. I want you guys to do your own research on this plant and go out and find some. Normally, anytime I find boneset, I take some with me. Because like I said, this is one of those really good plants to know. But ethically, I'm probably not going to take this because there are really only 3 or 4 growing here. There's a couple more right there. So I'm probably not going to mess with this. I know where there's some larger patches growing. But that one's a good one for you to know today. Okay, I'm back at the shack with the Boneset recap. Like we said in the field, Boneset was actually used as a fever breaker, and for maladies like flus and things like that, they used them in the big flu outbreaks back in the 1800s or back in the 18th century and so. It's basically it causes you to sweat, it causes you to urinate, does a lot of things that help reduce fever in your body, and something about herbal medicines that are different from over-the-counter medications of today. They actually work with your body, herbal medicines do, to help your body be more productive in getting rid of problems. So basically, a fever breaker doesn't make the fever stop. It makes the fever be productive and run its course, is what it makes it do. Same thing with cough suppressants and so on and so forth. They've been looking at boneset. I read a couple of studies about where they're looking at it for inflammation kind of things and to stimulate your immune system and things like that. I haven't read the full studies on that, so I don't know where they're at on those. But basically, according to what area of medicinal preparations and so on and so forth you want to look at, whether it's European medicine or Asian medicine or American Indian or whatever, they had different uses for these plants. So you'll need to do your own research and look at all these things. One thing I want to say on Boneset, I usually like to get people to taste Boneset. Most of the herbs lean to the bitter type of flavors. Boneset is what they call an acrid flavor, and once you taste Boneset, you will never mistake anything else for Boneset. I'm like kids trying to pull up in the driveway. I don't know if you hear that or not. He's got a loud Jeep. But anyway, I usually like to get people to taste Boneset in my plant classes because it is a taste you will never forget. There are other plants out there that have that stem that perforates the leaves. There are other plants out there that have that same kind of white structure. They grow in different places. You know, there are multiple points of identification, but once you know what Boneset tastes like, you will never mistake anything else for it, and you will never mistake it for anything else. So, with that being said, get out there in the woods, go look this thing up on your own. Thanks for your views. Thank you for your support. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe and ring the notification bell and do all those kind of things that we're supposed to do. I don't know how the YouTube algorithms work, so they tell me it's important you do all those things. I don't know. Go to my main channel page and check out my buddies' channels. And that's about all I got for today. So see y'all in the woods. Talk to you later. Bye.